Dear Virtual Diary, May 15th, Atlanta, Georgia. Part of me wanted this to happen. I've known for years now that I liked other boys, but never dared to show it. Southern city, religious parents, the whole nine. Mom and I were at a Saturday high school baseball game with Cody. We've been friends for forever. His love for the game was the reason we were there. His excitement makes me feel things. A lot about him makes me feel things. Am I in love with him? If he ever showed any interest in me beyond friendship, I might be. He never does, though. So my eye wanders. A lot. Still, if he liked me, I'd totally date him. If I knew where I stood with my parents. I looked over to him at one point, and he was watching me. He didn't look away either. He even gave me half a smile, and my heart started racing. Was he flirting? My mom was right behind us. I panicked and turned quickly back to the game. I set my hand on the bench between us. My eyes were on the game, but my attention was on that hand, on him. I wished for something to happen. Just one more secret flirt to let me know I wasn't imagining things. The zing of energy when my wish came true made me jump. Then, suddenly, I was being pulled back into the left, snatched off the bench by my mom like some crazy bird of prey. How had she even seen what had happened? She was like a hawk. We were to the car at record speed. We left Cody behind. I have a bad feeling. I'm uploading this to the cloud and password protecting it, then deleting my history. New password? Hawk snatched. Dear Virtual Diary, May 22nd. I can't believe her. The Hawk has been trying to get Cody kicked out of school. She stormed the principal's office on Monday, claiming Cody tried to have his way with me. The principal called me into his office and asked me what happened. I told him that Cody touched my hand, and that Mom pulled me away before I could react. He asked me if I thought Cody had done anything wrong. I told him no. The Hawk said I was too young and too naive to recognize inappropriate touching. The principal decided that nothing bad was done to me, and Cody was not going to be disciplined. 2 nights later, the Hawk was in front of the school board trying to get Cody expelled, and the principal fired for negligence. New password? Very appropriate touching. Dear Virtual Diary, May 23rd. My dad seemed calmer. He sat me down to ask me what I thought. From Mom's reaction, I knew the truth would be dangerous. I took a neutral stance with him. I told him that I didn't care if Cody liked guys. I'd still be his friend. I said it didn't matter to me how someone else lived their life. He said that was very diplomatic of me. He asked where I got those ideals. I told him that's just how people think these days. It's all over the TV and the internet. I even showed him some of the videos that I liked that talked about accepting everyone. He and the Hawk had a long talk that night behind closed doors. The next day, when I was at school and the Hawk was at work, Dad deleted all those sites and blocked them from my computer. All I had left were educational and religious sites. Dad had gained my confidence and then sold me out like a weasel. At least he didn't know about this site. New password? Judas Weasel. Dear Virtual Diary, May 29th. The Hawk says she's being gracious enough to let me finish the year at Atlanta before the entire family moves to Montgomery, Alabama. She's been telling everyone that the weasel got a new job that pays more. but everyone knows the stink she raised and how completely she was shut down. They couldn't touch Cody for what he did. Good. When we were at school, I let him know that we were still brothers, no matter what. I didn't dare give him any more than that, though. Anything I said could get back to them. I had to be straight. New password? Cody is safe. Dear Virtual Diary, June 15th. Day 1 of my life in Montgomery. Finished finals yesterday. No longer a freshman. The Hawk and the Weasel were there at the school with the last U-Haul to pick me up as soon as I walked out. I made sure to take my time and said goodbye to everyone, especially to Cody. He wouldn't stop apologizing for starting all this, but I refused to let him take the blame. I finished my farewells and hopped in the van, headed to the new world. I just got the last of the boxes emptied. There wasn't much to put away. The Hawk and the Weasel went through all of my stuff while we were packing. They got rid of everything they thought was remotely feminine to them. The Weasel even wiped my hard drive again, but he didn't know this existed. I didn't keep it saved on my laptop. I only sign into Google Docs with my secret email when I'm in incognito mode, and I wipe the history every time regardless. Besides, they'd still never be able to crack my password if they found it. They're downstairs, watching some Christian program, learning new ways to hate me. Yeah, I know there are Christians out there who believe in loving everyone without strings, but the Hawk and the Weasel, I'm not that type of Christian. There was a plus side to moving here, though. Something about property values and housing prices meant that we could get a big-ass house. My room's twice as big now as my old one. Even though I'm not a fan of this much dark blue, it's like midnight all day long. They threw out half my clothes. All the bright colors brought me all this hyper-masculine stuff. The shopping trip, now that was interesting. Even in Montgomery, Pride Month meant rainbow flags on half the stores. The Hawk was in a panic. She couldn't figure out where to shop. I broke it down for her, though. I told her most of them that weren't supporting the gays. Not really. They were pandering to the gays to make them spend more money. On July 1st, most of them would swap out rainbows for red, white, and blue. I felt dirty referring to the gays as them, but I had to. I made a mental note of one store, though. It was a local one, with a sun-faded Pride sticker on the window. That meant it didn't come down. This was a place that meant it. I convinced the Hawk to shop there, shop anywhere, until July 1st, and then make a note of who took down their decoration and reassess that then. It took her several minutes of consideration to agree to that, the whole time with me feeling like a traitor for telling her how to boycott gay business. I managed to let the Hawk let me break away and slipped into the store I'd noticed earlier. The air inside felt different, healthier, electric. I headed toward the kiosk of Pride merchandise. The items here didn't have just the generic rainbows. They had an array of different color schemes, and the messages were all about loving each other. The clerk, I couldn't place their gender, asked me if I saw anything I liked. All of it, I told them. They laughed. They asked me which flags I identified with. I didn't know what they all meant. They were happy to tell me. I shrugged and I told them I was pretty sure I was just the basic rainbow. They held a necklace up to my neck. It had a group of dangling crystals, one in each of the Pride colors. They said it would look cute on me. I could have it for half off. I sighed, my gaze darting to the window. I told them I'd have to decline. There must have been something written on my face when I said I was afraid. They nodded and put it back. You do what you need to stay safe. Don't come out until you have somewhere to stay and people to protect you. Come back here anytime you need a break from straight land. Their eyes were sad, but loving. I thanked them and left the store. We spent the rest of the day getting some summer clothes for me. The most masculine, tough guy things the Hawk could find. Joke's on her, though. Boy clothes look super cute on me. So I'm not even mad about it. It's like she thinks she can boy me out of being gay. She just doesn't get it that it's not even a question for me. I know who I am. I've known since I was 6. I've been literally everywhere on the internet to nail down just what I am. Gay. All the gay. Gay, 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 gaiety, gay, gay, gay. Speaking of which, how do you alert when we turned onto our new street for the first time? This boy was out in the yard throwing a football with an older guy. Both of them were shirtless and all sorts of hot. I don't think they're related, but I could be wrong. The boy had lightly tanned skin and was cut like an athlete. His dark hair shaved almost to his scalp, and his head looked like it was designed to be like that. And his face, I could stare at him for days. The hell? It's 4 a.m. Why is he jogging past the house? He is shirtless again, though. New password. New home, new hottie.